to your point about littering, we'll make it a little quick transition. I feel like there's a huge push for the outdoor recreation market now, and that's an
Yeah.
amazing thing. But along with that comes a lot of responsibility and making sure that we're recreating responsibly. What are some of your personal things that you try to educate on, or what are some of the things that you see as concerns out there when you're recreating that you'd like to share with people, that we make sure that we recreate responsibly?
Right.
And local environmental impact too, specific to New Mexico area.
Yeah. So I would say my number one pet peeve that I see that I'd like more people to be aware of is restroom litter. And I don't mean walking into the restroom and seeing a square of toilet paper on the floor. What I'm saying is people who have found themselves in the woods and have to relieve themselves. We like to educate folks on leaving no trace. You can Google leave no trace. You can get a basic education from them. There's seminars you can go to on how to leave no trace efficiently in the woods. But the biggest thing that I would like to say is, no matter where you're going, if you don't have kids, I want to say this because as my kids are of that learning to potty age, like there is a lot of extra things I take with me so that they're successful. And I think parents know this, but sometimes often need to be reminded. We need to take 2 Ziploc bags with us when we're in the woods. And one of those Ziploc bags has got some toilet paper in it. And the other Ziploc bag is for used and dirty toilet paper. There are wag bags you can purchase, just like the bag you would take for your dog. And they could be bags from your local grocery store. And you need to pick up and carry your waste back home with you. In the desert Southwest, we don't get enough rain to efficiently break it down. And so that it like would quote unquote disappear like other places in the world. And if you're not carrying a shovel with you to dig what's like a cat pit or a little hole for you to use and put your waste in, it's going to be there on the surface for a long time. And we often see that topped with a little snowy roof from people's toilet paper because they just haven't prepared enough. And so recently my niece had a really awesome outdoor experience where she spent, a 9 days in the wilderness. And I said, here's what I think you should take. And here's a little garden shovel. Here's, 2 Ziplocs. Here's some hand sanitizer. And, you can use the shovel to dig a cat pit. You can use the shovel to put the waste into the Ziploc, and then dispose of it when you get home, things like that. The rafting community, has always been following this quite well.
Right.
Because so many rivers in the West.
So close to the river.
Yeah. And we've been packing groovers with us for years. And a groover is a porta potty that we take with us and we take to the dump station and we, dispose of all human waste there. That's the biggest thing that I'd like people to take away. In the times of COVID, we have seen an increase in outdoor recreation that is unlike any other time that I can think of. And one of the earlier concerns was for, toilet paper and being able to stock and safely sanitize pit toilets, porta potties and things like that. And so a lot of forest managers, they just closed them up because they didn't know what to do. We're lucky that we've seen them reopen, but the environmental impacts from that short period of time are great. And if more folks pack their trash in and pack their trash out, you'll have a better appreciation when you go to a pristine piece of wilderness and see it clean. But on top of
selfishly, I think it's the misconception of packing your waste out seems gross, but what's truly gross is if you're hiking and you're stepping in somebody else's or your future, your own. And that toilet paper snow cap analogy is so funny. We see it all the time, but think about it that maybe somebody else will have to go clean that up after you. There's, it's just there. You wouldn't want to do that for anybody else. Please just think about it. And those things happen as an emergency. Nobody wants to actually take a bathroom break in the woods if you don't have to. But when you have to, just know that, that the little bit of early preparation could really save you a lot down the road. That's a really great
absolutely point. And the last thing that I would ask is that if we all chip in and just pick up one piece of trash when we're outside, that will make a huge difference.
Absolutely,
and, man. I was at a trailhead, the mountain bike, the other day, and I pulled in and there was quite a bit of stuff. And, I have a pickup truck. I had some space for it. And so I just picked it up and tossed it in the truck. And when I left, I felt a little bit better about that spot. We often do river cleanups. Many outdoor organizations do trail cleanups. But I think if we all chip in and just take one can, one piece of litter, one cigarette butt, it'll make a big difference 5 years down the road.
And for yourselves, for your own mental health, because nobody, you want to be part of the solution or you want to be part of the problem, or let the problem overwhelm you that it's so big. And it's, we can get there. And I was born and raised in India, and I can just start to see so much of the litter that you see in third world countries. Sometimes you imagine in our most wildest, beautiful places, that it's, it can be overwhelming. So something we do every single time is wherever we're camped, we'll always have a camp cleanup. But even on the hike, I'm now starting to incorporate, make sure I always have a litter bag with me that is reusable. And I just pick it up, and I'm not going out of the way, but a couple of times bending down and picking something up on your hike, you're out to get a workout anyway. It's really not that gross. If you're picking up some paper, you don't even need gloves most of the times. I understand it's COVID. I'm not COVID times. I'm not promoting not using gloves, but if you don't have them, you can use something else to pick it up, put it away, and then wash your hands later. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And that simple act is, your actions are so powerful, unspoken, right? My kids watching you pick up a piece of trash is going to inspire a question in them, which is, Daddy, what is that guy doing? And that offers me an educational opportunity for my kids. And then they quickly are looking for things like that because they want to do that, because we've emphasized that that's valuable to us, that it means something, that it's a way for us to give back. So that's just one of the things, to kind of round the wagon back up to what you'd asked, that's just one of the things that, I think is important for all of the Southwest, if not anywhere else in the country.
Sure.